Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show. Today I'm doing another collaboration video with my fellow YouTube creator Sophie Uliano, and we are doing our favorite whole food plant-based recipe for the holidays. And mine happens to be green bean casserole, because that's something that is at every holiday at my family's house. So we're just going to get right into it, and then when we're done you can check out what Sophie's favorite holiday recipe is. So what I have here is I have a pound of green beans that I have steamed for about 15 minutes. These happen to be from my garden, but you can also use a package of frozen green beans from the grocery store. So we're just going to put those in a pan. And I just have a bread pan here. And you don't have to put anything on, no oil or anything in your pan so it doesn't stick. Just put it straight in. Okay. And now we're going to make the sauce that's going to go on. So what I have here is almond milk, but you can use any kind of plant-based milk that you want. So there's 2 cups of almond milk. And I have 3 cloves of garlic, minced. I have some cornstarch, some onion powder, some pepper, just ground pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg. And a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, and an 8-ounce container of mushrooms. So we're also going to put our mushrooms in the pan, because those mushrooms just make everything taste better. Mushrooms are just delicious. Maybe we'll stir it up a little bit, just mix them in a little bit. So this is one of those comfort foods. It's really creamy and it's hot. It's a great side dish for any holiday, especially like Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving happens to be coming up. So this is a great dish, you can have for yourself, or you can bring it to, a family gathering, or a holiday party out with friends, and then you know for sure you have something to eat. And I'm telling you, people will not know that this is a vegan or a plant-based recipe. It's so delicious, but it doesn't have that, what do they usually use? Maybe I think my family used to use a can of cream of mushroom soup, and it has all kinds of crazy stuff in it, including MSG. But we're not going to do that. We are going to use these healthy ingredients to make our creamy sauce. So we're just going to throw it all in the blender. Get this going. And I have my oven preheated at 350. You'll probably hear that in a minute when it's actually heated enough. And our nutritional yeast. Oh, and I forgot to say Bragg's. Bragg's liquid aminos. It's a salt replacement. It has about 1/10 the sodium of regular table salt. And we try to use this really sparingly because we don't really use salt in our diet. But, this is super low sodium, so I only use about a teaspoon. And I'm not really that afraid of our sodium level, because everything else we eat, there's only natural sodium that comes from the fruit or the vegetable. So adding just a little bit of sodium to an entire meal, you're not really getting that much extra sodium. So we're just going to blend this, and then we're going to pour that over our green beans and watch it bake. It doesn't need a whole lot of time to be blended in here. There's not a whole lot in there that needs to be super blended. It just needs to be mixed up. So you could just mix this in a bowl. You don't really need to have the blender, and I'm just going to pour it over my green beans and mushrooms. And then we are going to make a little bit of a crumble to go on the top, because normally green bean casserole, you put either like French onion, or not French onion, what are they called? Like shoestring onions that are baked, but they're baked with oil and they're just not really that healthy. Or some people put a cracker crumble on it, but we are going to make this with cashews, nutritional yeast, and onion powder. And for the full recipe, you can look in the details below. I'll have a link to my website that has all of my recipes. Okay, so I've got a 1/2 cup of cashews, and these are raw, unsalted cashews. And then I have 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast and a teaspoon of onion powder. just gonna put that in there. And I'm just gonna use my NutriBullet. And if you could do it in a magic bullet, or you could do it in a blender and just pulse it lightly, because you don't want it super pulverized. You don't want to, you know, it to be a powder. You just want a little crumble. So we're just going to do this kind of quick. That's it. How easy is that? And trust me, this is so delicious. It kind of gives it that almost like another element of a salty, cheesy flavor on the top, and it gives you a little bit of a crunch. I'm just going to sprinkle it over there. Oh, this is making my mouth water already, and it's not even cooked yet. Oh, it's so delicious. Look at that. I don't even need to use all of it, but I'm going to. It'll just make it taste even better. Okay, and you could add, you know, if you wanted, you could add more pepper or something like that, or some fresh parsley maybe on top of it. But this is kind of the way my family has eaten it, and it will look recognizable. And it'll look like what they're used to, but you know me, I'm gonna sneak in that plant-based thing and they won't even know. So this is gonna go in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. And then I'll show you the hot, comforting, steamy green bean casserole. All right guys, here it is. Here's this green bean casserole. Can you see it? It's all nice and golden brown on the top, nice and creamy. And if you let it sit for probably, you know, about a half an hour, the creamy sauce will thicken up even more. But I can't wait. We've got to have a taste of this right now, because I am just, my mouth is watering and I'm starving. Let's taste this guy. It smells so good. A little of that crumble in there. This is delicious. So be sure to try it out for one of your holiday gatherings, and check out Sophie's video to see what she creates for her favorite holiday dish. See you next time.